Hi guys, so I'm back to doing some Facebook Live trainings because I really enjoyed doing it when I started out in the fall doing it, and then I kind of slacked a little bit. I'm sure you guys know how that is, and I do apologize for the lighting. I haven't got my office cleared out to get some proper videoing going for anything, but I do have my ring. I'm going to show you guys this. Woo! Isn't that fancy? You can buy one of those on Amazon. And you might be wondering why I would bother doing a Facebook video when you're all hot and sweaty. I just got done running, or, my version of running, which is, other people's version of walking, I suppose. But I wanted to talk a little bit about network marketing because I think that it still gets a very, very bad rap out there, and I think a lot of people don't understand the industry. And let's face it, it is a industry that I think is very, very has a lot of stigma to it, and a lot of people don't understand. So they think they understand, or they've been told something, so it must be true, or they've Googled something and it must be true, or you name anything like that. And a lot of people still think back to like the 80s and even the early 90s, and that's the stigma that they have kind of about network marketing. So the first thing I'd like for you guys to do if you're tuning in, even if you're watching this later, is I want you to give me a thumbs up or give me some hearts if you've ever been in a network marketing business of any kind. It doesn't matter what business it is. It can be It Works, it can be Mary Kay, it can be Perfectly Posh, it can be Pampered Chef, it can be I have a friend that sells coffee, I have a friend who I have Norwex, LuLaRoe. It really doesn't matter. So give me some thumbs up or some hearts if you've ever been in any type of network marketing at all. Amway's still out there. Beauty Control's out there for a little bit longer. Tupperware. There's a lot out there these days. Why am I getting an angry face? No angry faces. Ooh, a flower. Anyway, a lot of people have been involved. I think it's getting to a point to where somebody's tried a type of network marketing in their lifetime. They've gone across. There's many different types. You may have even started as young as 14. Origami Owl, I think, lets them start at 14. I know Perfectly Posh does 16. I know a lot of other companies, you start at 18 and you work your way up. I have a friend that also does mortgages in a network marketing. I've heard of energy in a network marketing. There's, of course, weight loss, you name it, and it's probably out there if you really want some, you want to try. There's network marketing. When you usually think of something like that, you think of more the term direct sales or MLMs, multi-level marketing. There's some old school ones like Mary Kay. They've been around for 50 some odd years. Avon's been around for a very long time. Tupperware was really the first one out there. Some remarkable stories. I'm not going to get into some of them. You guys can go look up the blonde coffee table from Tupperware. That's a fantastic kind of that's a fantastic story about Tupperware. So a lot of people, like say, shy away from it when they need extra money. If you're somebody that needs extra money, you kind of think of getting a part-time job. Maybe you go pick up a job. We have a lot of Wawas out here. If you're not from the East Coast, when you come out here, you really need to go to a Wawa or Northern Sheetz. Sheetz is pretty good, but it's kind of like a 7-Eleven if you're a West Coaster, but much better, much better. Some people go get a part-time job there, or maybe at Walmart or Target. And that's on top of the regular job that they did. I know in a past life I was a teacher, and I've always kind of held down kind of a second job. I would work through the summer. Maybe I'd write curriculum. Maybe I'd go work at I did some national lab work. I did, oh Lord, what else did I do in the summer? I would go and get like grants from and go work jobs, special jobs just for teachers. There's all sorts of stuff that I kind of did. And that is really one of the things that teachers usually had to hold down a second job. I knew a friend that was a full-time teacher. He worked at Pottery Barn. because on a beginning teacher salaries in most states, it really is not a livable salary. When I first started, I was in the Bay Area, and it's extremely expensive in the Bay Area of California. So in order to make ends meet, and I'd already gotten into a little financial issues for not being paid for 2 months, so I had to go and work a second job. That's kind of the way it is. When you do that, when you have a full-time job and you work a second job where they give you hours, you're kind of relegated to what they're giving you and what they're telling you to do, and some of them aren't as flexible because they have to, they're like, well, you have to work these hours. You're like, can I have Saturday off? No, you have to work Saturdays, especially if it's like a retail job. I worked the body shop for a while, and in this Christmas, I didn't dare ask for any time off. So I was working as a teacher 40, 45, 50 hours when you go through grading. Plus, I was doing easily a 20 hours stint at the body shop easily during Christmas season, if not more so at that. And so you really start getting, you get to where you start saying, well, really, is the money really worth it? You can't quit your full-time job because you need that. So a lot of people today are looking for something that's a little bit more flexible, and thankfully there's a lot of different options out there. There's some people that do blogs. I have a former student that has a blog and has her own business, and she's quite successful at it. And, I can remember if you've ever gotten a recipe off of skinnytaste.com, I can remember when she was working full time and she was able to quit because of her blog was making so much money. And now she's published 2 cookbooks and she gets to travel because of her job. It's really a cool little thing. So there's blogging, but you really have to learn how to become a successful blogger. As with anything, some people make a living off of, if you go to YouTube, you can find like notoriety. There's been all sorts of people in the news about how they've tried to get notoriety on YouTube. It's a thing today. But network marketing has always kind of been around. And the first kind of stigma around network marketing or direct sales or MLMs, or really however you want to classify, it doesn't really matter what, Mary Kay, It Works, LuLaRoe, Perfectly Posh, Avon, anything, is people. And it's funny because I just saw this on our local town page where somebody was basically, what did they post in there? They posted, and I don't recommend this at all, and there's reasons behind this, but they said that their company was hiring, you had to be 18 or over, you didn't have to carry inventory, you got paid weekly, and you had training. And it's funny because tons of people marked interested, and I marked interested because I want to see what they would email me with, just message me with. But somebody literally posted underneath it a video of, it's a pyramid scheme. And that is the very first thing that comes to mind when you think of network marketing, or people have said, well, it's a pyramid scheme. You can't make any real money in it. It's ridiculous because the people above you get fat checks and you're not going to get anything no matter how hard you work. And that's just ultimately the most, you're just going to lose money, and you're going to, it's basically like you're just throwing your money away. So, that's kind of the mentality behind it. I'm sure some of you guys have kind of come across that in your lifetime, or maybe you've even been one of the persons that have thought that. I know that I've had, in my network marketing career, I've had a lot of family that has not stood behind me because they think that way. And that's just something that I've had to shake off. Now, a pyramid scheme, it was super, super huge back in the 70s. And the 80s, and what would happen is people would give you the money, and then you would share, and you would put so much in, and then you would share that, and they would put so much in, and then you would walk away with a big fat check without having done anything. There's no real work. There was no real legitimate business behind it. And the people that started out with this scheme would make the most money, and the people that joined last would make the least amount of money. And if you did it, if you're the top person, you'd walk away with millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars, and you never would work, and the people below you would never make as much money as you would. And the more money they put in, the more money you made. You became a fat, rich cat, and that's why they became illegal, because it's basically the same. If you've ever heard of a Ponzi scheme, it's very, very similar to that. Most network marketing, I'm going to say most because there's still some out there, but not really, because that very quickly became illegal. So any company that actually had that kind of in their pay plan structure had to completely get rid of it because they risked backlash from the Federal Trade Commission and a whole bunch of other things. So unless you're getting something from some foreign country, most likely it's not going to be that. So you need to look at their pay plan. That being said, a lot of companies' pay plans are a little confusing until you really can wrap your brain around it. It's got numbers, and numbers tend to go in front of my face. But in most network marketing businesses, the person below you, if I recruit Tom and Tom comes into my business and I simply decide that I just want the discount in my business, or I don't really want to work hard, Tom, although, you know, I have to reach a certain point in my business to even make any money off of Tom to begin with most companies, Tom can easily be making more money than I can after a couple months, after a couple years, and he can surpass me and kind of leapfrog over me, and I'll never make more money than him, or I have to work a little bit harder to even get paid off of him, or I have to do something like that. Just because I recruit Tom and Tom's a rock star doesn't mean that I'm even going to get any kind of money off of him. And a lot of people think that, well, I'm not going to join, she's just going to get paid off of me, and that's absolutely not true. It depends on how hard I work. If I work a little bit harder, I'm going to get paid off of Tom. And if he works harder than me and he's more of a rock star than me, he can easily become to the top level of the company while I'm still down here at the bottom. That's not a pyramid scheme, guys. If you think about a traditional business, you have a CEO of the company, and then you have employees, you'll have vice presidents, and then you'll have this, and then you'll have, banks or Macy's or any number of businesses, and then you have your hourly employees. The hourly employees never make more than the CEO. Otherwise, it'd be inverted, and it just never happens. I mean, if you guys can give me a case where the hourly employees, an individual employee on an hourly wage made more than a CEO, I would gladly take that. You can drop that down in the comments, and I'll go research that for ages. But as far as I know, that has never happened. Usually, the CEO is the one that makes the top amount of money. See that? Right there, you have more hourly wage people. You have more hourly wage people at the top, and then you have one CEO, and that's kind of the way it works in almost any business. So that's the way the business industry is. That's the way financing is. That's the way Wall Street is. That's just kind of the way it is, and people just automatically assume that because all these things happened in the 70s and 80s, and that's kind of where, and it's starting to turn the tide, but not kind of all the way. So a lot of people, when they hear, oh, my friend joins X company, oh, she's going to be one of those people, oh, and we'll have that, but that's on a separate topic. I've already talked about that in the fall, but we can come back and we can kind of reach that. And we're going to, by the way, talk about why I'm red and sweaty and why I'm bothering going on Facebook Live on red and sweaty in a bit. But that's going to come back, and we can talk about that. But you should give them a shot. I'm not going to be part of that company. That company's just, she'll just make money off of me. That's not true. If anything is work, anything. So if you want to make money and you have to work, you have to go put in the hours. If the difference between having a boss and being your own boss is you have to put in the hours. They tell you how many hours you want to work. You're going to tell yourself how many hours you want to work. There's no overlord like, work these hours. Here's the amount I'm going to pay you. And it is very much hard work. So, and I kind of posted this on my wall so you can go read about it, but I decided I would run tonight because it's finally not like a bajillion degrees of hell outside. I live in the mid-Atlantic, and it's been like 120 with humidity. So working out and running and doing all that takes work. When you first start, you're not very good at it. You're not, man. My lungs are like, what did you do to me? You are ridiculous. And you're not very good at it, and you may not even enjoy it very much, and you won't see the rewards right away. But if you keep doing it, you're going to see the rewards. But you have to put in the work. You have to put in the hours. You can't just go and run a minute every day and expect to lose 10 pounds in like a month. It's just not going to happen. It's not very realistic. I mean, unless you're doing what I see the other day. I was looking up fruit waters, detox waters I can put in my little infuser, and there was like a cinnamon and a lemon tea, I think. And the cinnamon and the lemon tea, they said people lose a lot of money off that, or lose a lot of weight off that because they're fast, and all they'll do is they'll drink that. I wonder why they lose weight, because they're not eating, they're just drinking tea. That's kind of silly. Anyway, I mean, there are no shortcuts to getting what you want. And in today's society, a lot of people just want to drop in their lap. And when it doesn't, oh, it must be a pyramid scheme. They don't want to put in the hard work. You have to get red. You have to get sweaty. You have to get your hands dirty to get what you want. And network marketing can really give that to you, whether you're a guy, a girl, not a dog. Don't sign up your dog. But, you know, you can really get in there if you're prepared to get your hands dirty and to get red and to get sweaty and to put Band-Aids on when you have blisters because you are working and you can't afford to stop. So you're going to Band-Aid it. You don't need it for a whole lot of time, but maybe for just a little bit. And you're prepared to work. Network marketing is something you should consider because there's nobody telling you what has to done. You have to do what has to be done. But that's not for everybody. It's not for the faint of heart to get out there and do it. Just like running isn't for the faint of heart or working out isn't for the faint of heart. That's why so many people are overweight and they're not healthy. Even they can even be overweight and be healthy because they still maybe are working out. But that's why so many people aren't in this country, because they don't want to put in the work. They want to put in the time. They want a quick fix. And that's the same with money. People just want it to drop in their laps. So if you're ready to dig in and you want to you're ready to work hard to make some money, consider network marketing. Go find one that works for you. Don't go and join 5 companies all at once. Nobody will ever take you seriously. That's a topic for another day. But go pick up, you love food. Go join Tastefully Simple. You love to cook. Go join Pampered Chef. You love wine. Go join the wine company. That's a real thing, people. You love clothes. You buy way too many LuLaRoe. Go join LuLaRoe. You like pampering products. Go join Perfectly Posh. You love makeup. Join Unique. Join Mary Kay. You know, go find somebody that you can really, I don't want to say idolize, but kind of respect and see what they do. And you can even do it in a different business. I mean, there's so many different companies out there that, so many different jewelry. You love jewelry, go find a jewelry company you adore, you know, and just go for it and work and listen and learn and do just what you do at a job and get yourself educated. Learn everything you can about that position and how you need to rank advance, because that's all in yours. Getting a promotion in network marketing is all in your hands versus somebody else's hands. So go through it and consider it, because it gives you a lot of things. It can give you money. It can give you time away from your kids, because I don't know about you guys, but they were driving me nuts today. Nuts. My husband said we need to find a summer camp for next year. We need to find something where they are away and out of this house, because it's almost the end of summer and we are going to kill them. And network marketing allows me to get away and have some me time away from children that are driving me insane. You can, if you don't have a lot of girlfriends, you're a girl and you don't have a lot of girlfriends, you can go and find, you can make friends. Some of my best friends I never knew before I joined the current company I'm in, and they are some of the most fantastic, caring, kind-hearted, amazing women who I want to put my arms around and hug and never let go. And they may not appreciate that, but I want to do it. And I respect the hell out of each and every one, and they're so brilliant. Even the ones I don't even really get along, because let's face it, we're women. Not everybody likes everybody. I respect the hell out of them, and they are some smart women, and I love learning from them. And that is something you can do. If you want education, you can go and do that. If you want fun, there's tons of fun. I mean, Mary Kay, they go old school, man. You have to wear pantyhose. You have to look nice. You have to dress nice. They have uniform type things for when you get director. But let me tell you, they are fun. I mean, they drive pink Cadillacs. I mean, come on now, pink Cadillacs. You can get rewards. You can get free trips. I know somebody that I watched. I remember when she very, very first started Passion Parties. Only it wasn't called that, or Pure Romance. It was called Slumber Parties. That's what it was. And I remember when she started. I remember it. And I remember her cousin telling me that she got a loan to carry her inventory, because this particular company carries inventory. You know, Pure Romance. Most of you guys know Pure Romance. And I've watched her in the past. How long have I been with my current company? Okay, I've been with them almost 5 years, which means she's been with them at least 7 years, I think, 6 or 7. If she's on, she can clarify that for me. But I've watched her escalate up in the ranks in here, and she's one of their top sellers. She just took her husband on the dream vacation that she's always wanted to go to Tahiti. Because of her income and this other job, because she has the flexibility and she treated him to this trip. So if you want to travel, you can do that. I mean, I watched her. I remember when she started, because I was at her first party with her cousin. I remember that. You can you can just find something that's just you and solely yours. Like, my husband has his trainings. Those are his. I have no interest in them. It's nice. It's great. I don't understand how he can just roll his trainings back and forth and be interested in it, but he is, and that's great. But then I can have me time. I can move away. I do a lot of horse functions with my company. I love horses. They bring dogs with them. I love watching them. I have fun, and I get to be around people I enjoy. I get to be around things I enjoy, and I get to make money while I'm doing it. I get to travel. I'm going to Lexington. I've never been there. I'm going there in October. I get to do things with people that become my friends. I have the flexibility to go on field trips with my kids. If they call out sick, I don't have to call in another sick and get docked pay, because that's usually what ended up happening at the end of the school year for teaching. I have the flexibility to pick up stuff I want to pick up. Like, I'm doing one section of biology, college biology on campus, and I never would have been able to doing a full-time job. I'm super excited about that. And I can still work my network marketing business, which is the brilliance about it. So I really encourage you to kind of look at it. And if at the least, if you have a friend that does this, and they may drive you crazy because they don't know how to do social media correctly, because they're one of those that absolutely drive you crazy, support their business. Buy something from them. My sister-in-law just started Unique, and I am like, dude, I've been needing some new foundation. I'm almost out. I think this is just glass. I went and bought some because I wanted to support her business. Look into it. Look into what you could do, because you know what's the worst that can happen is that you never try, and you could have been something really amazing. I mean, by the way, posting on Facebook, a graphic on Facebook, ladies, and saying, well, nobody bought from me, I posted on Facebook, I tried. That's not it either. So I'm going to hit up, just so you guys know, if you, and I can drop the link in the comments, my friend Jamie's going to be having a Facebook training on the 27th, which is in 2 days, on things you shouldn't do on social media. I'm going to drop that link in the comments. So if you guys have not signed up for that, and you don't know who Jamie Benson is, you will by the time you're done with that training. You can jump over there and you can sign up for her training. And I really hope that this has been helpful for you guys today, maybe enlightening. Drop it in the comments if you enjoyed it. And please, please, please share with your friends if you think that people on your timeline could do that. And remember, you have to get red and sweaty, and you have to work at anything to become a success in anything. You didn't go through 4 years of school to get your degree if you're working full time as like a teacher. That was hard work. I just heard somebody yesterday as a side note saying that she was paying somebody else to take her tests in college. I'm like, how are you ever going to learn your stuff? Like, why would you let the ethics behind that? So anyway, and the teacher in me came out in her, so if she's watching, she knows that too. So if you have any specific questions about this topic, I'm not going to go too much into my business, but if you are curious kind of about the network marketing and you don't know a lot about a company and you want companies to look into, go ahead and drop a comment. Say, I love makeup. I can point you in direction of makeup and just give you some companies. You can look around and give you a couple people to talk to. If you love natural cleaning stuff, I can point you in the direction of a couple companies like that. There's a whole bunch of different things, weight loss, shoot, you name it. And there's wine. I need to have a wine party. Who thinks I need to have a wine? I need to have a wine party. Who on my timeline does that? I'll have to find that out. Okay. So I hope you guys learned something. Share this, drop a comment, let me know if it helped or if you enjoyed it. And also drop a comment and let me know if you would like to see more trainings. That'd be great. Thanks, guys. Bye.